I feel like my advice to them was, my advice to them was just like take one day at a time. Don't put too much pressure on yourself like I did. I noticed like myself coming in, I had so many things I just wanted to shoot for. I wasn't really like taking having an everyday approach to trying to get better. So my main message then was just like, take one day at a time and, just focus on what you got to do and do your job at the best and the highest level as possible.
William Pegler.
And how's it going, man?
How you doing?
Good. Thank you. So obviously a pretty weird off season, no doubt. But where do you feel like you've kind of managed to grow the most as a player leading into your sophomore year?
I feel like my IQs came a long way from last year to this year, and I feel like just my body has changed a lot. I've changed the way I've eaten. I'm from Louisiana, so all I know is just, big seafood, heavy foods, all that. But I've changed the way I eat a lot, just so I could be fresh on the field and just help sustain my body through the whole season. And I just feel like, I feel leaner and quicker and faster. So I'm just really excited to get the show that gets Indiana on October 24th.
We'll go to Parth.
All right, no, I got another Journey Brown question for you.
For sure.
Like I said, from the time you got on campus, how much has Journey kind of told you about his story and everything he's been through? I know he lost his grandmother a couple of years back. And, how amazed are you when you look at a guy like Journey and see everything he's overcome to get to where he's at in his personal life?
Yeah, like it's never easy losing a loved one. From his story, he's lost multiple loved ones, which is, I can only imagine what he's been through and all the trials and tribulations he had to go through just to get through that. But like Journey's been a dude, he's been there for me when I had family losses as well, right by my side, just making sure I'm good, checking up on me, bringing me food. He understands it. So he's been nothing, much more than a big brother, like just been helping me out with everything that I need. I got a question about, the team or the school, whatever, like he's always there. So like I said, we became real close this past off season. The relationship's only getting stronger.
We'll go to Tyler Donahue.
Noah, you got pretty used to sharing the ball at IMG Academy. Obviously, Penn State did that last year, and looks like they're going to do a lot more of that this year with so many running backs in the mix. What do you need to be from a mental standpoint to be able to make that work here at Penn State? The guys you bring in this year, the guys who are already there, what kind of mental, makeup do you need to know that you're not going to maybe be that guy who gets the ball 25 to 30 times a game, week in, week out?
Yeah, I think that just comes with, maturity. I feel like if you watch the NFL nowadays, I mean, it's a lot of teams using the two-back system, and you can very much well as eat in the two-back system. You can do your thing and get all the accolades you want to, sharing the ball. And I just think, like, I tell, like, the younger guys, just make a play when your name is called. Like, don't worry about if you're going to get 10 to 15 carries that game or if you're going to get 5 to 6 catches. Just worry about making a play. Coach Shiraka calls your number to make a play. And I think once you start having that approach, one play approach, and just trying to do the best you can, then you're going to notice your reps starting to go up and increase every week. So I just say just take advantage of every opportunity you get on the field and run with it.
We'll go to Mark Wogenrich.
No, as a latecomer, forgive me if this was asked already, but how many different places did you train or work out during the shutdown before you came back in June to start actually, with the workouts?
I worked out about, California. You like the states I worked out in, or just like different places? The states?
Yeah, just the states, because I think you were bouncing around a little bit, weren't you?
I was like I said, I was in California with Journey. Like that was during spring break. Then I had stayed out in Arizona and worked that out there, just getting my work in. And I went back to Texas and worked out. Then I went back to Arizona and trained. And then, of course, came back to State College in June.
Go back to Parth.
Yeah, no, if you had to pick or think about one player this season that's going to have a breakout year that maybe, us as media didn't expect to burst onto the scene, who would that be?
I feel like y'all are going to be very impressed with Keandre Lambert, our receiver. He's been nothing but, great. Like, he's been working hard before practice, after practice. He's on a jug machine, like, always looking to get better. I've been real impressed with what he's done on the field, and I think he's gonna make a big impact for us this year.
Appreciate it.
That's
As a reminder, if you want to ask a question, just raise your hand and we'll get to you. Back to Mark Wogenrich.
Just following up on that, what I was asking about earlier, what was it like bouncing like that for you in the spring? Did you were able to keep your training level consistent? Was you concerned about traveling at all during that time?
Yes, sir. I was definitely most concerned about like traveling and everything, but I knew I had to get my work in because I knew at some point we were gonna get back to school and I had to be ready for workouts and eventually be ready for a season. So my main focus was just making sure I'm getting the best training as possible that I need to just be prepared for whenever we get back. And I just did everything that the CDC said to do, when flying, have your mask, sanitize your seat, just all the small things and make sure you're safe as possible. So that was just my main focus, making sure I'm getting the best training that I can get, during that time off from school.
We'll go to Andrew Lister.
Hey Noah, how you doing?
Good, how you?
Not too bad. Thanks for doing this. We really appreciate it. I'm sure you've already been asked everything I'm going to ask you. How do you and Journey kind of complement each other? From an alternating series perspective on what the defense looks at.
I feel like Journey, he's been a guy that y'all seen it as well, that is powerful. He runs fast. Can do everything. He's complete back. And like I said, he's helped me make strides and just become more of a comfortable route runner and more of a comfortable like running back catching the ball. And I just feel like, from this offseason until like now, y'all gonna see it when we play Indiana, like just the chemistry that we have as a group now. Like we know when we're tired, we know when one of us is tired, like we know when one of us needs a blow. We can just read each other so well. So I just think the chemistry that we have now is just gonna help us be able just to have a better impact on the offense this year.
We'll go back to David Eckert.
Hey, Noah, you had mentioned a little bit about Coach Shiraka asking you to be more active in the passing game. What's your personal comfort level with that? Is that something that you're confident with, or is that something that's a little bit more challenging for you?
Like I never had a problem like catching the ball at the backfield. That's always been a thing. But when he's asked to become more of a receiver, that's something I've been trying to just learn to get better at this whole season. Running routes has been my biggest like focus, just with getting better at and just becoming more of a better receiver, creating matchups, outside of the backfield. So like I said, it's only gonna help all the running backs. It's only gonna be a plus for us whenever we try to make that jump to the next level. So I'm definitely glad he's asking us that right now, just so we're ready, later on in life.
We'll go back to William Pegler.
You talked about watching the NFL a little bit. Is there a guy professionally that you like to monitor your game after, or are there multiple guys?
Yeah, I watch the three main guys I watch like every Sunday is probably Ezekiel Elliott, Nick Chubbs, and Josh Jacobs. And I just feel like I watch those guys mostly just because of the fact that I feel like my body frame is going to end up being similar to one of those guys. And just the way they run so powerful and explosive, like, those are guys I'm trying to model my game after. So those three main guys are the dudes I pay attention to.
Jones?
No, I know you had mentioned in the offseason that your family had, dealt with COVID personally. I hope they're all right. We were talking to Lance. He had a family member that dealt with it. How do you think you guys get through the season, kind of avoiding that big elephant in the room? And do you think it helps almost to have people that have experienced it, firsthand to say, look, guys, this is, a serious thing that we kind of have to take seriously?
Yeah, I feel like, with 2020, I mean, y'all seen it, you can't predict anything. So at this point, I kind of just take it day by day, I'm ready to adapt to anything we have to adapt to. Just like, so the COVID situation is real. I know it's a sensitive topic, so I try to just stay off of it. But like I said, the Big Ten, has us testing every day. And, I know all the players across the country had to sacrifice something, whether it being more free time hanging out with friends or being with family, anything. You kind of got to just isolate yourself for these next few months to get a season. Like we all beg for a season. We're going to have to, sacrifice other things to be able to get this in. So I feel like if all the players are willing to sacrifice, you know, their personal pleasure, you know, for these next 2-3 months. And I feel like we'll be able to get through a successful season, you know, everybody be able to watch college football again.
Lauren Mueller.
Hi, Noah.
How you doing?
You talked a little bit about how your relationship and working with Journey Brown has helped you on the field. How has that relationship maybe helped you with off the field growth?
Yes, man. It's really helped me, you know, just become a better teammate, honestly, because I was a guy that came in at first. I didn't really talk to many people because I didn't really know many guys on the team when I had signed. And, you know, Journey was just always a fun-loving dude, want to talk and giggle with everybody. And like at first, I told Journey this, like, I'm like, bro, I thought you was weird, like I did not like you, like, but it's like now we got a real brother relationship, like close as can be. You know, he just helped me become a better teammate and be able to talk to everybody on the team, become more comfortable with learning my teammates. Because at first, I was just you know, I didn't talk much. I stayed to myself. I just minded my business. But you know, he's helped me come a long way with just becoming a better teammate, talking to everybody on the team. You know, just being the best leader I can be.
We'll stick with Lauren.
How have you seen Journey maybe grow as a leader over the past year?
Yes, man. Yeah, he's become like such a big leader for our running back room. You know, he's the oldest guy in our room right now. So, like, he's just helped all the younger guys, especially Kazai and Kevon, just learn the ropes early. You know, I'm still learning the ropes. I'm only a sophomore right now, but I just feel like he's taking everybody under his wing, and you know, just been nothing but great of a great teammate, and you know, he's just been helping everybody take big strides and becoming the best player they can be.
Back to Ben Jones.
No, I'll try and get this in quick so Mark can ask a question. What was it about Journey that was weird to you? And why did you not like him, so to speak?
Yeah, it was just like he was so goofy and like social, and that was the opposite of me. Like I was social, but I had to get to know people to open up to him. So he was just like always playing around, goofy, being Journey. And then at first I'm like, man, you play too much. But like I said, like now, like we became so close and developed a bond that's gonna last forever.
Time for one more with Mark Wogenrich.
Noah, you guys are going to be able to say something this year on your uniforms or your helmets. If you had a message that you wanted to say, what would it be?
Yeah, the biggest message to me would just be equality. You know, that everybody's treated fairly in this world. You know, everybody has the right to speak their opinions, open their voices.
Players, you're good to go too. Thank you for your time, guys.